Welcome back to Couch Collectibles. Hope you guys are having an awesome day as always. Today we are looking at some Jefferson Nickels that are worth money, what can give these coins value, and why some of these coins sold at auction for a lot of money. So if you guys are new, feel free to check out all the other coin and collectible videos here on the channel. As always, let's just hop right into it. Alright, so starting off first with a 1940 Denver minted Jefferson Nickel. Alright, so this coin does have a mint state 65 grade. The coin grading scale goes up to 70. 70 is the best grade you can get. It's graded by Annex, and it does have a double die reverse, so you want to look for doubling there on the reverse of the coin. The lettering of the coin, you can do that with your coin microscopes. Now this coin ended up selling for around $115. So, you know, it's not super valuable, but let's move on to some more expensive nickels. Alright, so here's a 1940 D mint mark. Now, this is solely valuable because of its grade. It's graded by NGC at a mint state 68 with 6 full steps. So here's an example of what full steps looks like. We show that in a lot of our nickel videos here on YouTube. So if you haven't checked those other videos out, feel free to do so. So if you have any scratches or nicks or, you know, damage to the steps, it's not going to be considered full steps. But this coin here does have an extremely high grade. That's why the coin sold for over $4,000. The full steps and the high grade. The coin grading scale only goes to 70. This is at a 68. If we compare that to this coin here, this coin has full steps, but it's graded at a mint state 64, which is still a good grade. A mint state 64 could be an amazing grade for one coin, and it could give it, make it, you know, worth thousands. But, you know, some coins, it's not so great, you know, because there's so many out there for this coin at a mint state 64 that it's not that valuable. So we go from a mint state 68 to a mint state 64. This coin only sold for around 25 bucks. So $4,000 to $25. Huge difference there based on the condition or the grade of the coin. Now for the 1940D, they did produce over 43 million of these coins. So again, they're very common coins, but if you have things like this, this can give it some value. So this coin has been double struck. So we'll see that there, the design double struck on the front of the coin, of course, and here on the reverse of the coin. If we zoom in here on the reverse of the coin, you can actually see the letters there double struck again. So this coin ended up selling for over $515. It is in very good condition at a mint state 64 as well. Here is a 1940 no mint mark that is a mint state 64 grade. It's got 5 full steps, only sold for around $20. So we'll compare that to another 1940 no mint mark here in a second. So $40 or $20 for that coin. Now here's a 1940 that was struck off center. You know, it's not in the best condition, graded at an AU 55 by Annex. It is the S mint mark. So that mint mark would be there on the reverse to the right of the building there. This coin sold for around $70. So, you know, maybe worth getting graded, but, you know, you're not going to make a fortune on something like this or make much money or any money at all, really. So keep that in mind for something like that, you know. You're not making much money. But this case here, this coin has a much higher grade. It's graded at a mint state 64 with 5 full steps, struck 15% off center, and this coin sold for around $215. Here's a much more off-center coin, struck 55% off-center. It's the 1940 S mint mark, graded by NGC at a mint state 66. So good condition coin here. This coin sold for over $545. Next up is a 1940 Jefferson Nickel design that was struck onto a 1-cent planchet, which will make it extremely valuable. This coin almost sold for around $1,000. Graded by PCGS at a mint state 63 brown. Now the 1940 that was graded at a mint state 64 with 5 full steps only sold for around $20. But in this case, this coin is graded by PCGS at a mint state 68 with full steps. So 4 grades higher. This coin sold for over $6,000. So if there's, you know, thousands of these graded at a mint state 64, but there's only, you know, a handful graded at a mint state 68, that's grade population. You know, that is what's going to make it valuable if there's not many out there in this condition. So here's the 1940 no mint mark. They produced over 176 million of these coins. Very, very common coins. They're not rare in terms of how many they actually made, but they can be rare based on the grade that we're looking at in this video, of course, and also based on the different types of mint errors. So keep that in mind. Here is a 1940. This is the proof coin that has the reverse of the 1938. It's graded at a proof 68, so it's got an extremely high grade, very good condition. And you might say, well, what in the world does a 1940 have a reverse of a 1938? What does that mean? Well, here's an example of what that looks like. So here on the left is the reverse of the 1938. Here on the right is the reverse of the 1940. So you will see the enhanced definition of the steps on the reverse of the 1940. Much more clear and detailed, sharper there. So there's the difference. If you want to know the difference there, you can refer to this image and pause the video. That way you can see which one you have on yours. But this is the proof coin, and this coin sold for over $27,000. Super, super rare there with the reverse of the 38 and the very, very high grade on that proof coin. Now here's another high graded coin, the 1940S mint mark, graded at a mint state 67 plus with full steps. Got some really nice natural toning to it there. And this coin ended up selling for over $5,100. Can't beat that. Now, if we compare that again to a 1940S that's graded at a mint state 64, doesn't have the 5 full steps, this coin only sold for around 15 bucks. And it's because, you know, there's probably a lot graded at a mint state 64, not so much at a mint state 67 plus with full steps. Now, for the S mint mark, they produced over 39 million of those coins, so again, very common coins there. This is a 1940S here that has a repunched mint mark. So here's what that repunched mint mark looks like on the 1940S. You can look at those with your coin microscopes. Now this coin is graded at a mint state 65 with full steps again and that repunched mint mark. So it's gonna, you know, all those things are gonna give it value. This coin ended up selling for around $350. Very nice condition coin there. Now here is a no data Jefferson Nickel. We threw this in just to throw it in this video. The coin has been double struck onto an aluminum scrap. Piece of scrap there, so that's pretty interesting and very unique. Want to throw this in here just to show you guys different things that happen at the mint. This piece of scrap here sold for over $2,700. Can you believe that? Here is another no dated Jefferson Nickel that has a reverse capped die. You can look for die caps on all kinds of different coins. Of course, some will not be as extreme as this, but this nickel did sell for over $125. Alright guys, don't forget to subscribe in the middle. Check out the videos to the left of me. And until tomorrow, I'll see you guys in the comment section below. This is Couch Collectibles, and this is where I disappear.